Welcome to my channel. I'm a Central Texas gardener in Zone 8B, and in today's video I wanted to share with you 8 beautiful perennials that are still blooming in my December garden. So first plant up is this Turkscap, and for all of these plants I'll be sure to put their botanical names in the description box so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is a Texas native that does well in full sun to full shade, though it'll bloom better for you the more sun it gets. They get quite large quite quickly, about 4 to 6 feet in height and spread. I put these were so tiny, this one and this guy here, so small when I put them in, and they are huge already. So just consider that. Make sure you give these guys lots of room in your garden. They have a very long bloom time, early spring to late fall. As you can see here, it's December 1st, and we are still going strong in terms of blooms. So really great workhorse for a Texas garden. This next plant is an autumn sage, and this is a Texas native that gets about 2 to 3 feet in height and spread, does best in a full sun location. This has a really long bloom time between early spring all the way into late fall. I believe it comes in pink, white, and red. In warmer zones, this is an evergreen or semi-evergreen. And so here you have a plant that can take full Texas sun and potentially freezes for a short period of time and give you all year interest. One thing I will say about this plant, it is a shrub and the branches can be somewhat brittle. So if you place this in an area where it's getting bumped a lot, you may have a lot of breakage. So just something to consider. This is a Mexican bush sage, and it's a native of Mexico, but well adapted to our Central Texas environment. This plant gets about 4 to 5 feet in height and spread. Sometimes we'll get a little floppy on you. It does best in a full sun location, but obviously can take some shade. It primarily blooms in the fall with these beautiful purple velvet-like blooms, though mine also bloom for me in the spring. This is potentially an evergreen in warmer zones, and so you've got another really good option here for something that'll give you all year interest. This is a Mealy blue sage, and it is a Texas native that gets about 3 to 4 feet in height and spread. It does best in a full sun location. This has a very long bloom time, early spring through late fall, and it's always full of butterflies and bees. I mean, pollinators just love this. I did have to cut this back about mid-July because it got a little bit leggy on me, but you can see it's rebounded nicely. It has a beautiful mounding habit, and I'm telling you, it just took the heat like a total champ. This is a Zexmenia, and this plant is a Texas native. It gets about 3 by 3 feet in height and spread and has a beautiful compact mounding habit. It does best in a full sun location, is a great draw for bees, but also the stems are rigid enough to allow for small birds to sit on them and to eat the seeds, and that's probably my favorite thing about this plant. This is Wright's Skullcap, and it's a Texas native that gets about 1 to 2 feet in height and spread. It does best in a full sun location, but can take part shade. It primarily blooms through the end of fall, roughly, but mine's still going for me, albeit just a little bit. The thing I love about this plant is that it is an evergreen, and because it is so short and compact, it's a really good border option for your landscape beds where you're looking for something smaller that won't overshadow the plants in the back. This is a Gregg's mistflower, and it is a Texas native. It gets about 2 feet in height, but spread and width may vary because it is a fairly aggressive spreader in a garden bed, something to keep in mind. It does best in a full sun location, but can take part shade. The thing that this plant is well known for is that it is a butterfly magnet, and so it's not uncommon for me to come out here and see several queen butterflies on this, especially in the fall. The thing to keep in mind is that there are varying heights in terms of these mistflowers, some as tall as 6 feet, and so make sure that you check out the botanical name in the description box if you're more interested in this variety. These white flowers that you see in the front here, these are Blackfoot daisies, and they're Texas natives. These tend to do very well in full sun locations. They get about 1 to 2 feet in height and spread. They have a very long bloom time, early spring all the way through late fall. I put these in the fall, so I didn't get to enjoy them this spring. What I will tell you about Blackfoot daisies is that they are known for not doing well with wet feet, especially in our compacted and clay soil, which is exactly what I have. So I heavily amended my bed here with almost a 1-to-1 mix of native soil and expanded shale just to facilitate that excellent drainage. Oh, my knees are killing me.